In this video, we are going to talk about how to start a journal. My name is Yana. Welcome to my channel. So I have been journaling since I was about 12. So I wanted to share some of my tips for beginners that want to get started. We'll go over materials that you'll need. I'll give you some ideas as well as some tips to make this successful. So first, let's talk about what journaling is. Journaling is a very personal activity. It can be anything you want. You can have a physical journal, you can have a digital journal, you can use a notebook, you can use a scrapbook, or you can just use a digital note app. The whole process of a journal is to document either your life, your feelings, any special events, or you can use journaling as a tool to help you on a journey of either healing, growth, or learning or practicing specific skills such as tarot card reading, dream interpretation, or spiritual practices or esoteric practices. The first tip is the most important one, and that is to make sure you find time to dedicate to journaling. So it could be 5 minutes every week, 5 minutes every day. You have to start off with something that you can achieve, something that's easy for you to fit into your life. You want to pick a day and a time, either every week or every day or every month, where you set a specific amount of time, let's say 5 minutes, and for those 5 minutes you're going to journal week after week or day after day and commit to it. Always start out with something easy and small and simple, and try out different journaling styles and see what works for you. Don't feel the pressure to do what somebody else is doing. You have to customize journaling to what works best for you and your goals for journaling. Tip number 2 is don't feel pressure to make your journal look a specific way. Just like how you see all those aesthetic journals that are very cute and fancy, you can make your journal look plain with just writing. You can decorate it with stickers, however you feel like doing. Or if you're really artsy and have the skills and the time, you can embellish your journal every time you go to journal, or you can embellish certain portions of it. There's no right or wrong answer. Just do whatever works best for you. Tip number 3 is to pick a writing style that fits you, your personality, and your lifestyle. Journaling is a very personal activity. It's not meant to be shared or criticized or reviewed by others. So don't feel the pressure or the need to write in a poetic way or write even in a grammatically correct way. You can make spelling errors, you can abbreviate, you can use slang, whatever allows you to flow in the moment that you're journaling. So let's get down to the materials that I recommend for beginners. So here we have 2 examples of journals that I have recently purchased, and always try to experiment with different types of journals and see what works best for you. So this journal is a dotted journal, and these journals are very good for people that like to or are very good at decorating and embellishing. It kind of gives you like a guideline for keeping different sections organized. These dots are also good if you want to do bullet journaling. It allows you to make straight lines, divide up your page, create lists and sections. Here is another example of a dotted journal. This is my dream journal. Every time I have a dream, this is where I would record my dreams. So as you can see, I am not good at drawing. I'm not very artsy, but I do like to use stickers to embellish my journal. And depending on what dream I have, I'll pick different stickers, and that's how I keep it simple but add a little touch to it. You can use it to kind of write straight lines, and if you wanted to use the dots as a guideline to make a bullet journal, that would be very easy to do as well. And it just allows you a little bit more freedom compared to a line journal, but at the same time gives you some guidance as far as lines and sections. Next, I wanted to give you examples of non-traditional journals that I've used in the past when I was younger. And this is just to show how you can pretty much make anything a journal. So this is like a old agenda calendar planner. It has the months and the days in here. And I decided to use this kind of like a memory scrapbook journal type of thing. So on whatever day I was wanting to journal, I would turn to the page and just write down my feelings, thoughts, or whatever I wanted to document that day. If I had little scraps of things I wanted to save, I would stick them on here. And so this is also another option for anybody that's more into like scrapbooking, or you want to do like a memory book. That's another option. Another example of another scrapbook / journal idea. I just took a regular notebook and I decided to wrap it around in denim. I think these were like some old shorts of mine that I cut up. So there's no right or wrong way. And I just decided to have pictures in here of my friends at the time when I was in high school. And let's see, I don't want to show people's faces in here because again, this is very personal. So I just have a collection of pictures, notes from different people, things I wanted to collect. So I just use this as a journal. So next, let's go through some of my stickers. So if you are not very artsy, this is one of my favorite sticker book. There's about 1,000 stickers in here. And so this allows me to have a good set of sticker options that are in a antiquarian style. So most of the content kind of match my journaling style. So this is another option. You can pick any kind of stickers that you like and just use them to embellish your book if you're not very artsy. If you are, feel free to draw and embellish your pages however you like. So I will put a link down in the description box on where I got these from. But again, you can use anything you want. But this is my go-to method because it's easy. When you first start journaling, you want to avoid things that are time consuming or you don't really enjoy, or it might give you anxiety as far as the way they look, or if you're not good at it. You just want to be able to get into the groove of things, get into the routine of journaling without having to be interrupted by issues like my drawing was off or the dog looks like an apple. Next, let's get into some of the, oh my god, what is that called? Stationaries that I recommend. I definitely recommend that you keep all your stationery or your pencils and pens and all of those markers organized together, so when it's time to journal, you're not running around looking for it and wasting time. So I just got this little pencil holder. It's pretty big, it holds a lot. And let's go in here and take a, the first thing you need, of course, is a really good pen. Find whatever pen that you really like. I like a fine ballpoint pen, gel pens, whatever works best for you. Make sure that if you're going to be writing in an actual journal, you get a journal with high quality paper that won't bleed when you write with a gel pen. The next items I recommend, and this is completely optional, are these calligraphy pens. They're really multifunctional because they allow you to use them as a marker. So you can add some different text in your notebook. And if you have really nice handwriting, these are really good at giving you some nice pretty text headers, and allows you to also embellish and color in things if you're good at drawing. And I'll put a link down below where I got these pens from. The next set of items are also optional, but it's good to have maybe a couple. These are water-based markers. I wouldn't spend a whole bunch of money on it, just in case you decide that, you know, coloring and drawing in your journaling is not for you. Just grab a couple of different colors and try it out and see if you enjoy the whole process of either coloring or drawing in your journal. And again, I'll put these down in the description box. The next items that I recommend are colored gel pens. So if you're like me and you're a little bit type A, I like to color code and organize and have a little bit of glitter and a little bit of something special on my pages. And these gel pens give you options to embellish your journal pages in a very simple, colorful way. It could be just small drawings. You can use this to make lines. You can use these to divide your page, and they're just very versatile, and it just gives you another option of something to try. The next items I recommend are washi tapes. So they come in all different shapes and sizes. They come in different colors. You can use these to divide pages. I've used these to kind of separate out different sections of my journal if I had them. It's just up to your creativity. I also have scissors. I have these small, I guess, kid scissors because they fit nicely in my pencil bag. And then I have this also small ruler. This is a good size and it fits perfectly in my pencil bag so that I don't have to look for a ruler in case I want to draw a straight line. I am a little bit OCD, so straight lines are very important to me. If they're not and you can freestyle your lines, you don't need this. But that's something that I really use a lot. Those are the basic supplies that I recommend. Feel free to check out the links for all of these in the description box. So next, let's talk about some easy, friendly, beginner journal writing ideas that you can start with. First journaling idea is to write about your day and just write about either the highlights, the good, the bad, your emotions, what happened, and anything you want to document in your journal. If writing daily is not something you can do, you can also do like a weekly journaling of what happened during the week. Write whatever you want to write. It's good to make it a routine and pick your favorite spot, your favorite chair, and just write about your day. No specific format. You can just write what happened. You can write about how you felt, your emotions, your physical state, what you did, and so on. If writing daily is not something that you can do, you can also write weekly. The next easy beginner journal idea is to just do a brain dump. When we are overwhelmed, there's too much going on in our minds, we have a lot of emotions or thoughts going on. It's a really good journaling exercise to just do a brain dump. Whenever you feel a need to kind of unload, you open your journal and just write anything and everything that you're thinking. It doesn't have to make sense. You just dump everything that's in your brain into that piece of paper. It could be worries that you have. It could be all the things you have to do. It could be you writing about all of the emotions that you're having. You can even write something you wanted to say to somebody that you didn't get a chance to, and it's really just weighing on you. Just dump it all in your journal. The next idea is to write a dream journal. If I have a dream, the next day as soon as I wake up, or as soon as I can do it, I'll write down what I remembered from my dream, and I'll just repeat that every time I have a dream. I've used that to analyze the type of dreams I'm having. If there's a pattern, I'll also look back on my dreams and try to figure out if I was going through something during the time, if I was having emotional ups and downs, or just stressed out. And I've also analyzed my dreams on a spiritual level. The next journaling idea is to use journaling to make a list of goals, either for the month or for the year. And then you spend time regularly planning out how you're going to achieve those goals and tracking your progress towards achieving those goals. The next journaling idea is a reflection journal or a prompted journal. This is where you find questions or writing prompts that you're going to think about, reflect on, and then write your response to it in your journal. This is used a lot by people that are going through like a specific journey in life, whether it's a spiritual journey, a healing journey, or a self-discovery journey. And so they'll use these prompts to kind of think about, themselves, their lives, what they've been through. And it's something that I recommend that everybody do. A lot of times this is not easy to commit to because people tend to uncover things, and depending on how ready they are to deal and face with those issues or what they bring up to the surface, they sometimes tend to stop doing this type of journaling. So it's something that you have to be committed to long term if you're going to start this type of journaling. The last idea for journaling ideas is to use journaling as a scrapbook. So what this means is anytime you find something that you want to save, something that you discover, you use your journal as a keepsake, memory sake, scrapbook. So if you find a nice picture, a pretty little leaf, or anything like that, you would use it to save it. Just like when I was a teenager and I would just cut out some of my favorite actors, stars, star crushes, and so on. You can use it to save pretty much anything. There's no right or wrong approach. This is personal to you. Whatever you feel is right, that's what you're going to do. So those are my tips for how to start journaling. If you have specific questions, leave a comment below. I also have a free journaling guide with templates you can use and more prompts you can follow. Make sure to check out the link in the description box, and I'll see you in the next video.